training to become a pilot or learning how to give the best fresh fade, Toledo Public Schools career technology programs offer students the chance to get a jump on their career without the hefty price tag. This week, I visited Natural Science Academy, where students are getting a hands-on education in everything having to do with animals.
It's a wonderful program where kids get hands-on animal husbandry experience. They actually come to us starting as freshmen and take a general introductory class, and then they specialize into animal science.
What kind of snake is this?
It's a sand boa.
Sand boa, like a constrictor.
Yeah.
So he does do that.
I never knew that I would even be touching some of these animals, and knowing that now I get to touch it, get the experience, get to learn new things about it, is just good.
They have courses like vet science, zoo and aquarium, animal science and technology. Those are just some of the courses that they take while they're here.
You would have to document feeding, document like water, cleaning. With another teacher, you have to document behavior just to see if there's anything going on, check weight. So it's just basically just a little zoo.
These are mealworms, and this is usually what they eat. They usually eat about like 5, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe less. It depends on like how they are.
Or...
No, they get fed Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
They only eat 3 days a week?
They only eat 3 days a week.
And they have 5 little worms, and that's
5
it.
little worms.
Right now in zoo and aquarium, we're actually building aquaponics projects that the students are working on plans for, which is definitely a hands-on project that right now they're in the planning stages, but starting next week they're actually going to get into the physical building and physical setting it up stage, and that'll be very cool to see those come to fruition.
I came in here not knowing like nothing about animals, and I learned a lot. It's like we got way more like just than these type of snakes. I learned about their feeding, like their environment, what they need and stuff. Some of the cages we even did ourselves to construct.
Personally, myself, I'm a hands-on learner. I would much rather actually physically build a bell siphon after teaching them how to do it than just learning about things in theory. We try to put our things into application and actually see how they work, test them out. Sometimes we might make mistakes. We can fix them and move forward and make a better thing.
Just, it gives you a lot more of a realistic value, because like with certain schools, when you're not like hands-on, you can only know through a book, and a book can only get you so far, and sometimes it does take that edge of learning and being there physically with the animal.
How many do you have at home?
Last numbered was 105.
No, and your parents are okay with that?
They're the ones that put me into it.
We have so many former students that are vet techs. I would say that's probably the #1 career that I know of that students get into from here. We have quite a few students working in like animal labs, grooming, zookeepers, just a wide variety.
And I have Natalie Cook here with me now to talk more about the Natural Science Academy. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for having me.
It was fun. I was scared. I walked right into the reptile room. And you saw firsthand, I was like, whoa, but these students are so into it. It was great to see that.
Yeah, they really love their reptiles, so do I. And we'll get you there, Amanda.
You know, a couple of them by the end, I was like, he's kind of cute. He's kind of cute. The little leopard gecko, that was pretty cool. And you have all sorts of animals. As we saw in the video, there were the big tortoises, you had the pig, you have a chinchilla too, so a little softer side as well. So this is like runs the full gamut of education for these students.
Yeah, and I think the big thing is, you know, they're getting the opportunity to work with these animals. They get to do it hands-on, and you've been in school, and there is a huge advantage to being able to test something out hands-on and being able to actually get your hands on it. I think that's a huge educational advantage that really just doesn't go away.
Right, and I think when the students can get in there, they say either I know exactly what I want to do, or sometimes they go, you know what, I don't know if this is for me after all, and that's okay too.
Absolutely. I think that's one of the things that people think, well, I have to have an animal career. We have so many kids that come through our program that in fact don't have an animal career, and people wonder, well, will they be behind? Because, you know, they absolutely will not be. You are working on job career skills, and that translate into anything that you go into moving forward.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
You're absolutely going to be ahead no matter what.
And I talked to the students, and they said, you know, we do our academic classes here too. You know, they do the reading and the English and the math and all of that right there. And then they have these courses too.
Yeah, and sometimes we try to do different projects that we can work on, at the same time with other core classes and stuff like that. So we try to tie them in together if possible.
So at home, we might have some parents out there who are going, well, I'm not in the Toledo Public Schools District, but my kid would love this.
Yeah.
They still can get involved.
Absolutely. So we accept students, Toledo Public School students and students outside of Toledo Public Schools. They just have to apply. There's not a barrier from our end of you coming to our school. If you want to work with animals and you want to be in animal science, then come to us. It'll be a right fit for you.
Ah, okay. And what grades are we talking about? Is this high school or is it, what grades?
Good question. Right now, it's 9th through 12th. They actually are adding in a class of 7th and 8th grade for next year already. So you saw our building, it's under construction.
I noticed that if you saw the final clip there at the end, it looked like the outside was getting a nice makeover too. So this is going to be expanded quite a bit.
Yeah, they actually are completing an 8 classroom addition with restrooms and stuff on the other end of the opposite end that you were in. So completely new facility there.
So that's going to be great for you guys, future students at home who are like, yes, I'm really into this. I really love animals. I really want to work with them. What is your favorite part as a teacher then? Seeing these students graduate and move on to these jobs and these careers. What is that like for you?
I think my favorite part is the fact that, I have students in my classroom as seniors this year that next year are going to be like real world people. And it's crazy to see without only a year or 2 years, a couple years down the road, that they're actually professionals and doing things. I have so many students that sometimes they probably don't even know that I know that they're in their job, but it makes you feel proud because they're, they left the nest, they're being successful and they're being professionals, and that's why they were there. Yeah.
Yes, and you help get them there. And it is great that they can get this little bit of a jump start. They said, I love animals and I know I want to do something. I want to know what opportunities are out there, and they can get the start on it now instead of them maybe having to go into a full 4-year program, or at least they know which one they want to go into. It really just gives them a jump start.
Absolutely, because not all animal careers are college animal careers. You can go through training and different things like that. So not everything is a college career.
Well, thank you for having me.
All right, thanks for coming.
I'll warm up to the reptiles. I'll work on it. I don't know if we can get Dan to work on it, but I'll work on it. The chinchilla was really cool though, at least.
All right, I'll bring one to your Super Bowl party.
Oh, okay, yes. Thanks for coming today.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Stay with us.